Good evening from New York. I'm Chris Hayes. Breaking news at this moment from Philadelphia, where a U.S. Airways Flight 1702 departing Philly for Fort Lauderdale aborted takeoff and its nose slammed into the ground after officials say the front landing gear collapsed on takeoff. Foam was spread on the runway as a precaution, and cell phone video shows passengers being evacuated by slides onto the runway. Thankfully, there are no reported injuries among the 149 passengers and crew on board. This news comes as the mystery surrounding Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 intensifies. 6 days after it disappeared, there are new reports tonight and new speculation, but still no answer to the question, what happened to that Boeing 777 bound from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing? In a blockbuster report from the Wall Street Journal today, U.S. officials citing data from an automated system on the plane are said to believe the MH370 was airborne for 5 hours. That would be 4 hours after the initial loss of contact. Malaysian authorities are denying that report. Also tonight, ABC News is reporting that U.S. officials believe 2 communication systems on board the aircraft were shut off separately, 15 minutes apart, which could indicate a deliberate act. A source saying the U.S. team, quote, is convinced that there was a manual intervention and likely not an accident or catastrophic malfunction that took the plane out of the sky. As of yet, Malaysian officials have not responded to that report, and we should caution that each new report spawns new theories and brand new speculation. But because there is only so much we really absolutely know for sure, there are basically a few theories investigators can really work with. At 1:30 a.m., Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 made its last contact with air traffic control, and then it disappeared. 6 days after it seemingly vanished, we know almost nothing about what happened. Though there's been endless speculation and rampant conspiracy theories, there are generally 4 plausible theories about what happened to Flight 370. Here they are. Theory 1, hijacking or terrorism. Early on in the investigation, it was revealed that 2 passengers boarded the flight with stolen passports, fueling speculation of foul play. But since then, those 2 men have been ID'd as Iranian nationals. One was reportedly seeking asylum in Germany, and U.S. officials say they don't believe the 2 had terror ties. If Flight 370 was a victim of terrorism, no group has come forward to take credit for the attack. And the Pentagon, which has technology that can detect flashes around the world, has said there was no evidence of explosion. And if the plane was hijacked, well, where is it? Theory 2, pilot suicide. It is exceedingly rare, but there have been 3 suspected incidences of pilot suicides on international flights since 1997. Most famously, Egypt Air Flight 990, which crashed into the Atlantic in 1999, killing 217 people.
The fatal mystery of Egypt Air Flight 990, now focusing on a single crew member. Was it a deliberate crash?
United States investigators said the flight crashed because of a co-pilot's manipulation of the airplane controls. Egypt ruled it was a mechanical malfunction. Total and complete lack of communication from Flight 370 is the reason some support this theory. Both forms of communication, the transponder and the radio, are controlled by the pilot. It is highly unlikely that both would fail, but could be, in theory, turned off by a pilot or crew member intent on taking the flight down.
There's absolutely nothing that could go wrong with the airplane that would cause the transponder to turn off and the plane to automatically start doing a turn.
On the other hand, there were 12 crew members on board, and there is simply no evidence other than precedent to indicate a deliberate crash.
Meanwhile, investigators continue to look at the backgrounds of the crew, the 53-year-old captain and his 27-year-old first officer. So far, we're told they have turned up nothing of concern.
Theory 3, mechanical failure. We know that Flight 370 lost all communication, and there are disputed reports about how far off course the plane could have strayed. But here's the problem with this theory. First of all, the Boeing 777, the model of the missing plane, is one of the safest in flight.
If somebody told me I had one chance to fly one airplane across any part of the country, or any part of the world for that matter, it'd be the 777. It's an exceptionally reliable airplane.
Secondly, the mechanical failure would have to have been so catastrophic it took out all communication, but apparently did not cause the plane to break up in flight. Theory 4, human error. It is the leading cause of commercial airline accidents, responsible for up to 80% of crashes. But the errors are often compounded by external problems like weather or technical issues. The last time a plane just disappeared, Air France Flight 447. The flight experienced a series of weather and technical issues, but ultimately it was a pilot error that took down the flight. Some of the last words on the black box when the pilot realized what had happened: "Damn it, we're going to crash. This can't be happening." The reason Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 disappearance is so baffling is that in the absence of more evidence, none of these theories seem convincing. All we really know for sure is that nothing like this has ever happened.